I was looking, now that we are out of May 2013, I was looking at a bunch of the corporate news channel TV ratings for May, and they're really not good for MSNBC. They actually dropped behind Headline News. Now, Headline News had the Jodi Arias trial, which, of course, we talked a little bit about, Lewis. So that may be a reason why their ratings were up. But Rachel Maddow had the worst month on MSNBC since her show launched in 2008. Chris Hayes, who took over for Ed Schultz, his ratings just never seemed to get going, and they continue to be very, very low. Double-digit drops from the previous May, about 20 and 19% for MSNBC in a number of different demographics. I just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, the real question that I derive from this is, we know about Rachel Maddow. We know she's popular among liberals. Are teleprompter shows where you read off of a teleprompter going to do well long-term for liberals?
I don't know if they're going to do well long-term for anybody. I think people are slowly moving towards the shows that are just more entertaining.
That's the question that I have, because, and maybe that's what it is. And when you look at a show like Fox News' Hannity, which does well in the 9 o'clock time slot, it has the kind of teleprompter-based script, but it feels more, maybe because of the confrontations or whatever, it feels a little more engaging than the Rachel Maddow show, which, while I agree with 95% of the opinions on the show, I don't know that the presentation long-term is going to appeal and be good for the progressive point of view. What do you think, Natan?
I just think that there are sort of straight news shows where with a teleprompter, usually they read news, like the 6 o'clock news and whatnot. Right. And then there's the opinion shows that are hardly scripted.
Yeah.
Or you're not scripted very much, like, Crossfire used to be, shows like that. And, a lot of the shows on Fox, too.
Right.
And then this is sort of like an in-between thing where it's scripted, but it's half opinion, half fact.
Yeah.
And I just think that's losing appeal. People either want to watch the straight news, or they get the news from like the Daily Show or something like that, or they just want to see someone reinforce their own beliefs. So they want to watch a very biased sort of show, and in some cases they want to see fighting. And in those, and on MSNBC, there's hardly any fighting because almost everyone that appears is a liberal.
Yeah.
So I just think that it's sort of an in-between type of market that is losing appeal.
For those relying on MSNBC to be the big platform for progressive ideas that resonate and that go viral, etc., I don't know that we want to be putting all of our eggs in that basket. And if nothing else, this is just more information, more evidence that we need alternative media. MSNBC, a for-profit product that has chosen a more liberal point of view. Fox News, a for-profit product that has chosen a conservative point of view. We need non-corporate media. People should be subscribing to the David Pakman Show. That's really what we learned from these ratings, isn't it, Lewis?
Yeah, and I think a lot of younger people who grew up only watching things on the internet are going to continue to do that.
Right.
So, things are going to have to change.
No question. Change is coming, ladies and gentlemen. Big changes.
Yeah.
As our old high school audio-video teacher used to say when nobody would do any work every single day, big changes are necessary here. Absolutely, Lewis.
Right.